Hey guys, what's going on? Moto Fanatical here. This is gonna be my third moto vlog. I'm gonna be driving down to a nice little trail I found. Not trail, but nice little ride that I found online here through this it was like I think it's like a Harley forum, but I can't really tell. It was basically just like where to ride in upstate New York. And it's just like a 60-mile ride or something like that. So on my way there, I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about some stuff that I thought was kind of pertinent to my next video, so you guys can kind of get to know more about my bike and stuff. First off, let me thank everybody that watches me on TikTok for 3,000 followers and 20,000 likes. You guys are amazing. That's an awesome feeling. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, I started this whole everything on social media. I made my TikTok 2.5 weeks ago. I made my YouTube about a week ago now, and the amount of people that have actually watched and commented on my TikTok and, you know, are slowly starting to trickle over to YouTube, it's amazing. So I really want to thank you guys for that, because there'd really be no other reason for me to be out here doing this if no one's going to watch it, you know? So it's really cool that you guys are watching them. It's really cool that you guys are enjoying them. So as long as you guys keep enjoying them, I will absolutely keep doing them. I really enjoy it. So let me talk about the bike a little bit here. So it's a 19 CBR 600RR. It had 0 miles when I got it. Like I said, the first day I put a ton of miles on it, but now I'm at 598. After today, I'll probably be in like the 800s, because I'm going for quite a long ride today. But it was brand new, and some people think that that's kind of, some people don't like the idea of, you know, getting brand new for a bike. For me, it was it was ready. You know, I had the R6 beforehand. You know, that one was new. I think that personally, for me, I like the feeling of a new bike. You know, I think that, like in my last video, I was telling you guys, as far as like getting a new bike for your first bike, I don't think that's a good idea. Only because, again, you're focusing on the break-in period rather than getting really, you know, learning how to ride and stuff like that. But for me, anyway, I wouldn't really go for a used bike anymore, only because I like being the only person that had it, and I really like working on them, which is kind of what this video is going to be all about, like what I've done to the bike and stuff like that. And I'm going to get off here in a second and kind of show you all the pieces, but I've done quite a lot to it. Within a week, I had like everything ordered for it that I could order, and you know, I did too much to it, I think. Within the first week, I didn't really, you know, let myself enjoy it stock, which, I mean, most motorcycles, nobody really leaves stock anymore. And it's all fairly easy to do. I'm not a mechanic or anything like that. I'm far from it, actually. It was stuff that was easy for me to, you know, get out there and get done. As long as you have a garage and some tools, you'll be all set. I will caution you, though, on the Honda, I don't know about, I don't remember if my R6 was like this, but on the Honda, you need a hex key, like the star key. You need a bunch of those. I would recommend getting a ratchet set that has the star key bit in it, because, I mean, well, you need it first off, because like every bolt is a star key. But other than that, I mean, the ratchet's just gonna make it so much easier taking bolts off. Especially like the sets, the rear sets, they're held on with these big old bolts that if you just have the little key thing, like the little L, it's gonna be impossible for you to take it off without either stripping it or hurting your hand really bad. So I mean, even the windscreen here, all of its hex keys. None of it's like Phillips head or anything like that. I'm pretty sure my R6 had a couple Phillips headsets, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna get off up here and show you guys everything. But when I went to purchase this, I think I told you guys in the last video as well, I was not planning on getting a Honda. I was planning on getting another R6. So the look of this thing alone, I think, explains why I went with this. I mean, it's blacked out, it's got black rims, it's got the black accents. The only thing that's not is the pegs right here, and the passenger pegs, and really the shift stuff. That's pretty much it. Now, things that I've done on this bike. So I've got a Two Brothers M2 Black Series exhaust right here. Crazy loud, as you guys can hear. I love everything about this thing. I left the fender on because of these heat shields right here. If you take off on the CBR, if you do a fender eliminator, you get rid of this right here. And for me, I like the look of the way that it comes out on the sides here. I've done that. I've got the shift lever here, or the clutch. I don't know why I said shift lever, but got the clutch. It's going to be CRG. It's from RevZilla.com. I've got the brake levers, same thing, CRG, RevZilla. I've got a zero gravity windscreen with my awesome thing here that my wife did for me. And kind of going towards the back here. These brake lines, when you first get them, are white. I changed these out to black. That's kind of like just the beginning stages of what I've done. Obviously, I've got the phone mount. That's through Ram Mounts. I highly recommend it if you're going to be riding and you need GPS. And then I got the seat cover here, which 100% you need it. It's going to be, I think this is Cattleman. Pretty sure it's a Cattleman seat. If it's not, I'll put it in the comments. And I can put in the comments everything, or in the description rather, everything that I've got and like links to get them so that you guys can kind of see it. But that's pretty much what I've done. It doesn't, now that I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it took me forever. And it really personalized it for me. I love this bike. The only thing that, and these halos here, which are red around. I mean, obviously right now it's kind of bright so you can't see it, but the running lights that are red, turns are amber. And then you got the turn signal, which is sequential, which I love. So that's kind of what I've done to this. I think it's pretty standard if you're on a motorcycle that you customize it how you want it, and for me, that stuff's really stood out to me. That's the stuff that I really wanted to do, and I'm really glad that I did it, because it really it made this bike exactly what I was looking for. Now, as far as price is concerned, I feel like a lot of moto vloggers tell you what they've done, and they don't really tell you how much it was. So, as far as the bike, I mean, obviously everyone knows how much a brand new bike is. I think it was like $9,600 or something like that. So, add that in, and then the exhaust was $559, I'm pretty sure. And I got that through RevZilla as well, which I highly recommend going through them because they do a great job. Either them or motorsport.com. Those are my two go-tos for online ordering. So exhaust $559, windscreen I believe was $89. I think I got this one on sale. Levers each about $129. The seat was $150. These little turn signals, they actually came with the taillight as a bundle deal, and the whole bundle was only like, and it came with the fender eliminator too. The whole bundle was only like $250. So altogether, maybe 1,300 bucks, 1,400 bucks. And then obviously the time to put it in, I'd say close to 10 hours. The exhaust took me about 4 hours, because for me the exhaust was only hard because I didn't have a ratchet set. So I had to stop. I went to Home Depot, I bought a ratchet set, and then it made it exponentially easier. If I had the ratchet set from the beginning, honestly I think it would have taken me an hour and a half. But at least for the brand new CBR, everything after you take it apart, it's pretty easy to see where it all goes back together. My R6 was a side exhaust. You know, it came out the side here. So that was a little different. It was a little easier, I think. For this, you got to take off the rear cowl. You got to take off the side fairing. You have to take off the fender. You got to take the lights out. I mean, you have to take the seats off. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but the end result, I think, was very, very much worth it. As far as the brake lines, those actually I got from and it's like a local store here that does motorcycle parts. That took me like 15 seconds to put in. I mean, you pull out a bolt, you put it on, you put the bolt back, and then you slide it in and you put the piece into it. It was pretty easy. I mean, and everything that I bought, literally everything came with instructions. And instructions for me, I'm not an idiot, but I'm definitely not technically advanced when it comes to motorcycles and stuff. Like, I can change oil and stuff like that. That's about it. So instructions, definitely read them before you start taking the bike apart. I made that mistake with the R6. I was taking things apart, and you know, just that I thought needed to be taken off. And in the end, they didn't need to be taken off. So it was really kind of counterintuitive for me. The one thing I wish that about this exhaust, I wish that it came with a silencer, because it definitely does drone. The M2 Black Series, you get some crazy droning. When you're in about 4th gear, we'll say you're going 55, 60 like I am now, but you're up in a little bit higher in the RPMs, and you let go, oh, I mean, your ears are just thundering. It definitely hurts. So I wish it came with it. You can purchase a silencer. I think the silencer is like $70. You can purchase one. I would recommend it. I can't tell you about other exhausts, because even on my R6 I had an M2 Black Series, and I only like it because it's like a thunderous noise. You know, it's got that deep bassy tone. So read the instructions, buy a silencer if you think the exhaust is going to be too loud, and listen to the video clips. Don't listen to them on your phone though. You got to listen to them with like some kind of like on a computer is even better than on your phone, because your phone only gets so loud and it doesn't really represent how it actually sounds. Nothing's going to represent how it actually sounds except, you know, in person. I was listening to like the Yoshimura pipes and stuff like that. They're alright. I mean, I think they're kind of more like the ricey sound. I was going for more of the bassy, the deep. I mean, I haven't really put any clips of my truck on here, but I got a Borla exhaust on my truck. I mean, that thing's bassy as hell. I like that deep throaty noise. This has got a little riciness to it because it is a super sport. I mean, most, other than the R1s, you know, the cross plane, these are, it's gonna be hard not to make them sound racy, but I think this is as good as you can get. And it's all personal preference. I'm gonna keep saying that in all my videos. Everything is personal preference. I'm definitely not getting paid to tell you guys that I really like these things. It's personal preference. You gotta listen to all the sound clips, and aesthetics is a huge thing. I mean, for me, the way that mine came out the back with the fender there and the side shields, I thought that was beautiful. So some of the other exhausts didn't really look like that. Some were longer, some were shorter. The Toast exhaust, that was a really nice one. That was TST Industries. I really liked it, but at the same time, the Toast exhaust had it was kind of like two together. The R1, it's like 4, and that's really nice. I really like the Toast exhaust for an R1, but for this bike they only come with 2, and the double barrels, it looked a little weird for my tastes, and it gets rid of the fender. And like I was saying, I really enjoy the fender on this bike. So those are my preferences for this bike. As far as like what I want to do to it, I want to get a set of the black rear sets, so it kind of blacks everything out. Definitely want to do that. I got to get a power commander. That's another thing. When you're getting an exhaust and you're doing all this and that, a power commander does help. I mean, it's definitely not necessary. Your bike's not going to break. It's not going to be worse on gas like everyone says. I haven't noticed literally any difference since I've had this. There is none. There's no difference for me. But I think that the power commander, from everybody that's told me, it does help a little bit as far as fuel management, and you get a tiny bit more power out of it. The newer bikes, they have the computer that can kind of sense that you're putting new shit on your bike, and it calibrates to it. So, and listen, that's what a Honda tech told me. So that's not just from me, that's straight from a Honda dealer. The new computers in these bikes, if you're changing an exhaust out, it then reads the fact that you have that exhaust, not obviously Two Brothers exhaust, but that you have an aftermarket exhaust with a lot more airflow, and it kind of calibrates to that. So I'm not going to say a power commander is obsolete. I don't believe it is, but with the right tune, you can definitely get a lot out of the bike, and that's definitely why I want one. So power commander, rear sets, and I want to do something with the mirrors. I don't know exactly what. Oh, I'm going to get rid of the reservoir too. I want to do a reservoir delete, but I'm not sure what I want to do with the mirrors yet. I don't know if I want to take one off or take 2 off with bar handles. I'm not really entirely sure. With my R6, I had no choice because I was pushing it into the garage and I dropped it and it ripped the mirror off and it broke this piece, and it actually broke part of the mount where the actual air induction system is. So I had to replace all that, and when I was done I realized the bolts didn't fit for the mirror rather. So I got mirror covers and bar mount handles, or bar mount mirrors, pardon me. Research everything before you buy it, like 3 or 4 times. Definitely go through as far as pricing, check a bunch of different sites. For me, Revzilla, TST Industries, and Motorsport.com. Those are my 3. TST is great for, lighting and things like that. Revzilla is great for, obviously, clothing and stuff, but for exhausts and bigger parts, windscreens and stuff like that. Motorsport is good for levers and stuff. Like most of my stuff I got from Revzilla though, just because it was easier for me to throw literally everything into a cart and call it a day. Sometimes they have deals if you package things together. If you know you want a bunch of stuff and you're like, yeah, I want the exhaust, the fender eliminator, I want the integrated tail light, and I want the turn signal lights. Well, they usually make a package deal for those where you get like 15% off. So it's better to save the money up than just buy them each, you know what I mean? You save more money. So do your research with that for sure. But I wanted to just do this little video for you guys to kind of see what my bike was all about, see the pieces I got on it, cost, things like that if you're interested. I love this bike. I love it. I love riding, and I love making videos. So definitely stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting videos later on with the ride, clips of the ride, definitely on TikTok, but also on YouTube. I think I'm gonna put a couple little videos together for the ride so you guys can kind of see what's going on with that. Any questions about the bike or anything that I missed or anything like that, please comment below. I'll definitely do a follow-up video if I missed anything, and that way you guys can really get a feel for what I'm riding. It's the most important part is what I'm riding, so definitely ask me some questions in the comments down below. All right, Moto Fanatical out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great one.